Well, vacation's over with. I'm headed back. Geez, that was interesting. The freaking guy came over the center line, almost hit the guy in front of me. Vacation's almost over here. I got just a trip home. I was going to go up over Mount Mansfield, Smuggler's Notch in that area, but as you can see, way off to my right over here, it's pretty socked in with clouds and stuff, and there's really no sense in going up there. So I wouldn't be able to get any footage anyway, so we'll just head on down Route 100 all the way down to 89 South. About a mile or two away from Stowe, Vermont. And the road is, it's a very nice road. It's a pretty cloudy, chance of thunderstorms, so hopefully I won't get wet. I think I said in an earlier segment that I got soaked coming up. I drove for about 2.5 hours in a torrential downpour. Didn't have time to put on a rain suit, and by the time I had time to put on a rain suit, it made no sense. I was soaked. But that's the way it is, and those are the pleasures of riding a motorcycle. So I'll come back on in a few minutes, maybe as I get more towards where they're having that the antique car show in Stowe, and that's probably about another 5 or 8 miles from where I am now. We're just coming up to the where they have the antique car show, just outside of Stowe. It's a place called Nichols Field, and it's just coming up here on the right-hand side. I did go there yesterday. Unfortunately, it was raining, and it's just been a wet weekend. Well, there were quite a few cars there. Let's see what's there today. See if we can, not much really, because it's kind of early. It's only a little after 8 o'clock in the morning, but I don't know if you can see all of that, but that's usually packed with all kinds of antique cars. And like I said, it's a little early. The weather's still not very good, so people just are not going to bring out their pride and joys to sit out in the rain. You know, it's just not. They're not going to do it, and I don't blame them any. So it wasn't very good yesterday, only because of the weather. We got showers on and off, and it was very humid. So, and by the way, today is August 14th, I believe, Sunday, and we're heading back home. I got to be back to work tomorrow, so that's just the way it is. We're probably about another 7 miles, I guess, from getting on 89, Interstate 89, headed south. But it's been a good weekend, even though with the rain. Enjoyed spending some time with my cousin and his wife, and had some laughs. So I'll get back to you once I'm on 89. Just getting on 89 in Waterbury, Vermont, off of Route 100, and going to be about a 5-hour ride home from here. But hopefully the weather holds out, but I can see off in the distance. Of course, I'm going the other way. Yeah, this is kind of like a long, boring ride, so I don't know how much footage I'll wind up recording. But let me get up to speed here. I don't feel like getting run over. But it's been a good trip, and right now, like I said, it's just a long, boring ride home, about 5 hours. That's including stops. But we'll get back to you if anything comes up or I see something. We'll come back on again. Hi everyone. You know, it occurred to me that, you know, this is such an enjoyable road to ride, especially this time of morning. There's very little traffic, and it occurred to me that maybe I just ought to let everybody just watch the scenery go by for a few minutes. It's I'm just outside of Randolph, Vermont, and some of the scenery is just outstanding, and the only concern that you have at this point is just maybe if a deer pops out somewhere. But other than that, I mean, it's just absolutely beautiful. Very few cars on the highway, and this is the way all interstates should be. It's just like this, just nice and smooth. So I'm just gonna sit back here and relax for a few minutes, and maybe let everybody just watch the scenery go by. A lot of people think that not familiar with New England, but this is classic New England. The mountains over there in the distance. I don't know that you can see all of that, but pretty much this is classic New England, except when you get into the cities and stuff. But let's just sit back and enjoy it for a few minutes. If you were to head over into Maine or New Hampshire, it's pretty much the same. You know, with the tree-lined interstates like this. Maine, they cut their vegetation way back from the interstates. They cut it back probably a good 100 yards anyways. I was told that so that, you know, you can see a moose or whatever come out towards the highway, you'd be able to see them. I don't know that that's true or not, but that's what I was told. But you know, New Hampshire is pretty much, you'd have the same, except you'd have a lot more of rock cliffs. That's why they're called the White Mountains, and Vermont's called the Green Mountain State. But it's pretty much classic northern New England. Seems like every time you come to a crest of a hill like this one coming up, you're always looking for some, you know, beautiful vista. And sometimes you see them, sometimes you don't. This one's pretty nice. It's to the mountains off into the distance. That's pretty interesting. The rain just stopped right there. It must have rained earlier today, and it just ended right there at that particular point in time. But I love this road. 89 is just such a nice smooth road above Whit River Junction, and then once you start getting below Whit River Junction, you're on Interstate 91, and it's still pretty good all the way down into probably Holyoke, Mass, and it's still good. The only thing is it starts getting on later in the day, and the traffic starts getting heavier and heavier. By the time you get into Springfield, and between Springfield and Hartford, Connecticut, it's just a nightmare sometimes. Hopefully it won't be today because it's a Sunday. So we'll see. I mean, this is the first truck I've seen since I got on the highway, and hopefully I won't see a whole lot more of them. Not that I got anything against trucks, but they block up the scenery, you know. And I mean, look at the beautiful scenery ahead of me here, and what do I got in front of me? A truck. But there is really some beautiful scenery up here. Just outside of, as you can see on the sign, Bethel and Royalton, Vermont. I gotta get around this truck. He's just ruining the scenery. You can see I got a lot of editing to do here. The trouble with these trucks is that now he's coming down on me like a rocket ship, only because he's coming downhill. If there's a lot of wind noise in my audio, I apologize ahead of time. I'm not wearing a full face helmet. I'm wearing a 3/4 helmet or an open face. Just that's more comfortable for me. That's the only reason. I wear it full face sometimes, especially in the colder weather. And I don't get so much wind in the audio. But I mean, look at how beautiful that is. I mean, you know, it's like lush green. Crossing. Well, hopefully I don't see one, at least not on the interstate. All the years I've been coming up here, I've been coming up here since I was a little kid. I've never seen a moose on the interstate, and I hope I don't. You know, I've seen them in the woods during hunting season and stuff, but never seen one on the interstate. Now you get up into New Hampshire and Maine, and there's a good chance you might see one up there. Absolutely beautiful. Look at the scenery. I really hope it comes out so that people can see that. Okay, well, I'm going to cut this off for right now. And I'll catch you up with you later. Bye.